Welcome back to Ancient Signals, that flickering liminal space between what we know and what we aren't supposed to. In our last episode, the lie was set. A weather balloon. A simple, clumsy excuse to silence the world and bury the truth of the Roswell crash under decades of ridicule. Major Elias Thorne, the man who saw the impossible, was forced to become an accomplice to the lie. The story should have ended there. But back in Roswell, the lie wasn't holding. Because the cover-up wasn't just about a crashed machine. The whispers in Roswell were far darker. The whispers were about the bodies. This is episode 3, Whispers from the Mortuary. This is Leo Galloway, a young man working a quiet, respectable job at the Ballard Funeral Home. His job is to deal with the dead, a job he is good at. But the call he just received was not from this world. It was from the Roswell Army Airfield. They had a delivery for him, something that needed to be handled off the books, something that required special containers, child-sized. Major Thorne, now a ghost in his own military machine, is conducting his own secret investigation. He'd heard the rumors, strange calls to the local undertaker, and as he watches, his fears are confirmed. A military vehicle, unmarked. This isn't official business. This is a cleanup. This is where secrets go to be buried. Inside, Leo Galloway is a man trapped. That phone call. It was an order, not a request. He was told to expect a delivery and to ask no questions. He enters the one room he's suddenly terrified of, the one place where he is the master. And he finds it. A military crate, delivered in secret, not empty. It's heavy, and it hums with a low, almost subsonic vibration. Thorne sees it all. Leo opens the crate, and the true secret of Roswell is revealed. It wasn't just debris.
No.
It was a crew.
I won't let them win.
Small, fragile, not of this earth. The reports from the crash site were true. This is the reason for the cover-up. This is the truth that cannot be told. You can explain away strange metal. You can call a craft a weather balloon. But you cannot explain this.
They're watching me.
In a moment of sheer panic, Leo does something that will change his life. He grabs something from the crate. Not a body part, something else. A small artifact, almost like a tool. An instinct to possess proof. A desperate need to hold on to something real in the middle of a nightmare. They aren't soldiers. They are what happens after the soldiers. The men who erase the memories. The cleaners. Their leader confronts the terrified mortician. And Leo lies. He lies about the bodies, the crate, everything.
Can't stay here. We have to
He
leave.
tries to fall back on the cover story he was
I'm
given.
here, don't they?
Child
They have to get
caskets.
me out.
But the cleaner knows. This isn't a debriefing. It's a threat. A promise of erasure. An order to not just be silent, but to unknow what he has just seen. This is the moment Leo Galloway's life ends, even as he continues to breathe. From the shadows, Elias Thorne now has a new mission. This isn't about a cover-up anymore. It's about protecting a witness. He has seen the machine's true face. The cleaners are gone, but the terror they leave behind is absolute. Leo is a broken man. But he is not the only one. At the base hospital, Nurse Evelyn Reed, who was on duty during the crash, has her own proof. While the cleaners were focused on the funeral home, they had overlooked the medical staff, the ones who performed the initial secret autopsy. Evelyn saw it all, and she managed to steal something. Something small, but irrefutable. Thorne is now a true investigator. He finds Evelyn. She passes him the second piece of the puzzle. A medical sample, a photograph, proof from the inside, proof that corroborates what Leo saw, proof that what was on that autopsy table was not human. But the cleaners have done their job. Leo is a broken man, hunted by what he saw, and terrified of who might be watching him, he runs. He disappears into the night, just another ghost in the machine, another witness erased not by a bullet, but by fear. Thorne goes to Leo's apartment, but it's too late. He's gone. But in the chaos of his flight, Leo dropped the one thing that mattered, the artifact. The tool, the ancient signal. Thorne now holds the third piece of the puzzle. He now holds the truth in his hands. He meets Evelyn one last time. He shows her the artifact. She recognizes it from the autopsy. The pieces fit. A tool, a body, a technology. He now has enough proof. But he is one man against a machine designed to create silence. Major Thorne is now a fugitive from the very system he swore to protect. He makes a call, not to the military, not to the press, but to someone else. A new player is about to enter the game. The cover-up has left scars. The funeral home is silent. The hospital is silent. The witnesses are gone. But the evidence is now free. This is the heart of the Roswell mystery. It's why the cover-up was so violent, so total. It wasn't just about a crashed ship. It was about the passengers. The lie wasn't just to protect technology. It was to protect our entire concept of reality. Here's my perspective. The military was prepared for a technological secret. They were not prepared for a biological one. They weren't prepared for bodies. The existence of a crew changed the game from a national security issue to an existential one. What do you think? What was that artifact Thorne found? What did Nurse Evelyn show him? And where did Leo Galloway run to? This is no longer a question of if they lied. Now we have to ask why they were so terrified. Let me know your theories in the comments. The truth is in these whispers. If you want to follow this investigation, if you want to keep deciphering these ancient signals with us, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. The evidence is out. Now, the real fight begins.